Hi, it's Maggie Davis, aka Mini Minx on YouTube and the Captain. I'd just like to share with you this handmade vintage junk journal. It could be a traveller's notebook, memory book, unique keepsake. It would make a beautiful gift, and it's for sale on my Etsy, MinxCreationsUK. It comes with this handmade beaded key charm, which I've used a ball pin to attach it, and it's blue and my beautiful pearl beads, and I've used bell caps on there, so when I take it off I'll show you, and there's a little bell on the bottom, so I kind of thought the colours went with this. I'm calling this one Roses and Invoices. I kind of based it on a house, your garden, flowers in the garden, your gate. There's some stamping etc throughout it. What have I said? It's 9 inches by 6¼ inches. That's 23 centimeters by 16.5. There's 118 pages creating 236 sides, and it's an easy tie closure. I've just used eyelets there, and so this cover, I've put this. So I bought this stuff for doing my wreaths for the graves etc, and it's like under the flower range. It's like I hope you can see that, it's not felt, but it's like a ribbon, it's like a leaf edging ribbon, and I've hot glued this on. So I've took this image, I've zigzagged it onto a envelope, I've put card inside the envelope to make the outer cover sturdy, and I've just zigzagged across it, and then I've added this green leaf edging, and I've put some of these wee sequins on it there. Can you see them? I've hot glued them on. I just thought it added a wee bit of interest, and I've put this butterfly on. So that's the front cover, and that's the back. Beautiful roses. And I'll take this off just now. So it's one signature. It contains patterned lined plain paper, coffee stain paper, lots of invoices, flip ups, flip outs, pockets with ephemera, and it's got, I've done decoupage in it, so beautiful vases of tulips. There's 2 different types of the vases, but I think there's 4 or 6 throughout the pages that I'll show you when I come to it that I've decoupaged on. Decoupaged, in case you don't know, is when you take a bit of napkin and you take off the backing layers, and then you can either just gently go around the edges, and I'll show you it in the journal, and then you glue the back of it and then put the napkin down on it and use your brush and glue. I put water in my glue, and sort of gently just sort of brush it out and then leave it to dry. I do my pages first and leave them to dry before I attach the journal. So this is the little beaded key charm. Sorry, my nails are not very nice. I had them so long, then I've snipped them all down and they keep breaking, so I'll just let it be. But that's my little handmade beaded key charm that you can clip to the front of the journal. It's got a bulb pin there. It's got a little bell on the bottom, jingle jangly, and I just thought it went with this journal, just like that. Or you could use it on your handbag, or maybe on your phone, and clip it to whatever. So we'll go on with showing it. There's lots of stamping, if I've not said that already. Die cuts placed here and there, stamping throughout the journal. And this leaf edging, I've not just used on the front cover, but I've actually cut, and I've done it on the back and at the bottom there. But I've also used it on pages throughout. So we'll get on with showing it. It's a chunky wee monkey, is what we'll say on it. I've said the size, but I would roughly say an A4 folded in half, and that will give you roughly the size on it. So we'll get on with showing it because time's ticking on. So there's your front cover, inside back. So it's quite thick, the cover, thickish anyway. We have a card inside that envelope, and then I've stitched around and I've put in this picture into that. So here's one of my decoupage pages. I hope you can see that. So that's the top part of a napkin. And I've just roughly, you don't want it perfect, but you just try and rip it round the edges. Ooh, I could rip a tissue. Ooh, I could crush a grape. Anyway, and then you glue the back, and then put the napkin on and just gently glue and do brush shapes going out. It doesn't need to be perfect. I hope you can see that, but how striking is that? Now, tulips are beautiful, aren't they? Tulips, daffies, crocus, you name it, roses, carnations in it, but this is beautiful in that. So you could journal around here, It's really up to yourself. Now there's a lot and lots of invoices in this, creating lots of space. So it's a flip up on this one. You could write on the back, right underneath, put a picture of that if you really wanted to. So that's lined paper. So a bit of that leaf edging is I've used my hot glue gun. Yes, I burnt my finger a few times because what I've done is I've actually glued each of the wee bits of the leaf onto it. And I've just added things like this throughout and a bit stamping here and there on it. So some stampings with little butterflies, some are flowers. That's another invoice, there we go, on that one. And you flip it out like that, creating more space. And then on this side, a little flip up. So it's a picture of roses and I've done a bit stamping there. So things like the wee bit stamping, that's a little flower, you could colour that in. This one. And then we've got some, oh I love this, it's like lace, it's like lace on the edging, but it's a print, vintagey look. And then we've got a hedgehog in amongst the roses of your garden, hence why I've called it Roses and Invoices, because there's a ton of invoices in that in here and pictures of roses. A little flip up, cute girl with some flowers on her. Thought that went with the journal, a little bit stamping here and there and leaf edging, and then we'll do a flip up here. Little flip up on that bit. Flip ups create more space. That one's lined page. One of my own pages that I've made here. Nothing great, it's just well, it's just creating rather than a plain page. This one, beautiful print. And then on this one, it's general ledgers on there. And what I thought was, you can flip this up and hang it down. So, I mean, you could write anything in that. You could keep your accounts on it. It's up to yourself. This one's a coffee stain page. Crinkly, stamped a wee bit at the top. I did accounts in my heyday for 2 charities. And then I went into care, working, supported people with learning disabilities. And then I worked in an interim care facility, looking after elderly. And then I've done various courses over the years, studying, etc. Anyway, that page. So we've got a little pocket here, sorry, and on the little pockets, a little bit of ephemera. I've just stuck on whatever, and it's just lined on there just to create something else. You could fold that in half and make it into a little wee booklet if you wanted. It's up to yourself. Little flip up here, get on with that. Lined paper, this one, how cute is that? Cute, beautiful flower. That's laced image on that, like a laced bit of paper, and there you go with that decoupage page again. You can see part of the glue on it, but how beautiful is that, eh? I love it. So it was napkins that I bought, and I thought time to use them on my journal. So we've got another large invoice here, and it flips up, and we've got that page. Okay, this little lady, she flips out the way like that, creating more space. Lined paper there, coffee stained on this side, and then we have a little flip up with the butterflies, a little bit stamping. So coffee stained papers I do in my oven, some coffee with some warm water, mix it in, then I use a brush and I brush over my papers, and then I put 4 or 5 sheets at a time in a big tin in the oven, and basically you're just checking it to make sure it's not on fire or it's not overly cooked. Your pages aren't overly cooked or burned. This one, yearly, well, it says egg account, yearly account. I think that says on there. This one, little flip up and a large stamping. How beautiful are they, the stamps? So I love flower stamping. And this page, which is quite striking on there, and then we've got a bit of this leaf edging. So yeah, I've got that edging for my wreaths that I made. I made wreaths around my house, also did ones for my graves, for my beautiful mum and my beautiful sister and stepdad. This one flip up. This year's wreaths, I wanted it not to be Christmassy. I wanted the wreaths, it was flowers, big flowers, etc. put on it, and I made some things for it. There we go, a little flip up there, and a pretty flower. This one, right, we'll get on. A little flip up here, a little flip up, beautiful big, I think they're hydrangeas. And a butterfly there. Oh, that's beautifully. Flowers in old boots. And then we've got this one that I've stamped that image on, vintage page. And then this one, a little bit of ephemera inside. I'll not bother taking it out because my video will end up taking forever. A little flip up. Another envelope, another invoice flipped up, and then another decoupage page. Line paper here. And then this one, beautiful, beautiful house, like a tree house, treetop. Then this one, I think, does it flip up? No, that one's stuck down. That one's stuck down on there. This one flips up. Little flip up there. And this beautiful page, line paper there. And then you could put a little picture in here. I've got another little pocket here with a little bit of ephemera. Then this lady, she flips out. She's got some beautiful flowers on her. That's okay, Harris. It's all right, Harris. It's just the radio. I've got this page. And then we've got this big flip up. Harris, that's enough, please. So an invoice there on there. Then this one, a little flip up. And then coffee stain page there. And then line paper on this side. Put a picture on there and I put a bit of that green leaf edging. Another pocket with a little bit of ephemera in there. And then this one flips up like that. And we've got a bit of stamping. And then that, beautiful. Got line paper here. Another decoupage page. Love that, absolutely love it. Coffee stain paper there. Coffee stains here. And then this page. So really what I did, another pocket, a little bit of ephemera. I've tried to base it on flowers, a house, invoices that you get in the house, your garden, things like that, and little stamped images. I love this, that page there. It's like lace on it. This one, I don't know if that flips up. No, it doesn't. Got to check it to make sure. A little squirrely bop. And then a large invoice here to create more space, and it flips up. You could put pictures. If you've never used the junk journal before, little flip up here on the coffee stain paper on that side and lined on this. Junk journals can be used for diaries, they can be used as a planner, they can be used as a journal, obviously. A holiday, if you're going on holiday, you could travel in, you could write in where you've been, your dates, etc. If you're at the gym, line paper here, coffee stained. If you're at the gym, you could write down your targets, what you've done, or your exercises, etc. If you've got hospital appointments, you could use it for that. Large invoice here, and it flips out like that. A little bit of that green leaf edging on it. So your diary, or it could be used as a scrapbook, and you could put pictures, journaling, tags, ephemera, anything that you want. A little flip up here, that's beautiful, isn't it, with the roses? Anything that you want to use it for. It could be birthdays, it could be to do with your children. You might want to keep your kids grown throughout the years. You might want to put wee photos in, or write about them, or wee pictures that they've done at school, etc. A little flip up here on a ledger piece of paper, and you could keep it in this. It would make a beautiful gift. Little pocket here with a little bit of ephemera, and then you could put a little picture in there. So some of the coffee stain papers are folded over. Didn't want to lose the crispy edge on it. Now you could glue at the top, glue at the bottom, and that could become a tuck spot, and you could journal underneath it. It really is entirely up to yourself. But I didn't want it to rip it off. I tried to keep it the same size as the other pages, or most of them. So we've got lined on this. That one flips out. Beautiful girl with roses round her. Little flip out like that, creating extra space, and you've got a bit of that leaf edging there. Lined. Another invoice, flip up. And cockle-doodle-doo. Beautiful. And this one's a little lace loop page. It's a vintage printout. And this one flips up. Another pocket with a little bit of ephemera in it. And then here with that leaf edging, and you could put a picture there. So we've got line paper, we've got coffee stain paper here. Oops, sorry, hope you can see that. and this beautiful page. So, and this beautiful page, so it's been not very nice weather here in Bonnie, Scotland. I suppose it's still wintry. I keep thinking we're into spring because I planted some bulbs the other day and it's no stopped raining since. Little flip out page there. Pocket here with a little bit of ephemera. And you've got that page. Then we've got this beautiful page. That's card on that. So some pages are paper, some are card. Little flip up, and then we've got another invoice here, quite a big invoice that flips out that way, creating lots of space for your journaling, photos, and adding your own ephemera. That's a beautiful picture too, with long stemmed roses. Lined paper here, that one. We've got this little girl, she flips up. On there, we've got a bit of green leaf there. Another one that flips up. So it's stacked out, but plenty space for you to do your own journaling and add your own photos and ephemera. Little pocket here with a little bit of ephemera in it. Then I've stamped this image onto this vintagey paper. Then this one, a little flip up. Hello. And then that page, which I do like as well. So a little flip out here with this small invoice. This one flips up, but a bit of a ledger page. Bit of vintagey printout with lace on it. I love that as well, the adore. How sweet is that? That large invoice that flips up, bit of ledger paper there, coffee stain paper on this side. Lined paper here, flip up of the beautiful girl, and then that beautiful page, isn't that lovely? There. Little flip up here, little flip up. Lined paper on this side, this little beautiful girl with a big flowery hat, flowers in her hand, flips out, and then that page. Then a pocket here with a little bit of ephemera. Coffee stained paper. This big one flips up, this invoice. You could put a picture on the front of that if you choose. And look at that. How sweet is that? Mr. Owl, tweet-oo. Beautiful. With the big rolls. Lined paper there. Then we've got this girl, I think she flips up. Yeah, she flips up. Then this, and then this beautiful page. Little flip up here with this girl. With that. Striking paper, that as well. Little, a large envelope that flips up like that. Lined paper here. This one, I think this one's glued down. This one's glued down. And then we've got the inside back cover. And I've put a bit of that green leaf stuff in that bit. And that's your back of the journal. So, like I said, there's your front. Quite a lovely journal, I would say, with all the pictures and things in it. As you can see, it's quite chunky and it's quite heavy. And this is for sale on my Etsy, MinxCreationsUK, and I'll just quickly tie it. Easy tie closure. If you didn't like this twine ribbon, I've made it quite a lot of it, just to give you space if you wanted. And it also comes with this handmade beaded key charm that can be clipped there. So this is for sale on my Etsy, MinxCreationsUK. Have a lovely day and thank you for watching. Bye!